Hey there, this is Clay Andrews. I am the world's leading breakup expert for high achievers, and in this video we are going to be talking about what to text your ex-girlfriend. Okay, so first of all, you don't want to be texting your ex-girlfriend right away if the breakup is still really fresh, if she's like really still kind of angry and pissed off at you and stuff like that from maybe some kind of fight or bad experience that you had or whatever, right? You want to give some of that some of those negative emotions time to kind of dissipate and die down a bit. That's why we advocate doing things like ANC and all that stuff. I'm not going to go into that here because we have other videos that talk about that. But here, let's assume you've gone ahead and done that. So what is it you go ahead and do to text her? So the first thing you want to do is not start with anything that is too serious, okay? Like oftentimes people will start the text message with something like really serious, like, oh hey, like I think it's time we talk about our breakup or something like that. Don't do that. It's going to scare her off. Nobody wants to talk about painful, serious things, right? It's just going to feel bad and nobody really wants to do it. So make sure that it's non-threatening, okay? Just something easy to respond to, something that a friend would send, something as simple as like, hey, you know, I saw this silly dog the other day. It reminded me of the fat dog that used to be in our neighborhood, and then just like maybe attach a picture to it or something like that. And just kind of assume that she's going to respond to you. You don't have to like make it into this big thing where you're like, you know, if you agree with me, then text back. And if you did not receive this, then, you know, text no. Or would you like, don't do that because it comes across a little bit needy. But just kind of assume that she's going to respond. Kind of like when you text, you know, a family member or a friend or something. It's just like, you know, it's just like, oh yeah, of course. Like I don't have to necessarily ask like a big dramatic question or anything just to get them to respond. It's just kind of assumed that they're going to respond, right? Beyond that, you know, understand the purpose of the first text message. And the purpose of the first text message is really just to kind of calibrate where she is at emotionally, okay? So that you can kind of know how to respond at that point, right? So again, you know, your first text message is not asking her about any heavy things. It's not asking her to get back together with you. It's not asking her up to, you know, go out on a date with you or anything like that. Because again, you don't know where she's at emotionally. And if she's like in a really bad spot emotionally that day, because maybe it's just a bad day or whatever, and you like ask her out, she's gonna be like, nope. Or if she's in a bad mood and you ask her to get back together, she's gonna be like, no, of course not, right? So you're not gonna do that. What you wanna do is just kind of see where she's at, and then like, oh, okay, I know it's maybe a bad day, so obviously you're not gonna do anything big on that day, like ask her out, right? Maybe try again the next day or a few days later when maybe her mood is a little bit better. And that is when you can, you know, start to do some of the other things, like after you calibrate where her mood is, and it's like, oh, okay, she's in a good mood now, maybe I can have a little bit of banter, etc., and then go in for something like asking her out on a date. But you definitely want to calibrate first, okay? So yeah, when you do reach out, use something non-threatening, again, like that kind of dog example that we went over, but you know, really definitely do not at all in any way skip over the advanced relational skills part during ANC and all that stuff, right? So don't think that like, oh, your ex broke up with you yesterday, I'm just going to use these texting techniques that I just learned from Clay and I'll be back together by sundown. Like it's probably not going to work that way, okay? So what I really want you to do is really work on the advanced relational skills so that you can connect with her in a much deeper way, even if it's via text message or preferably in person, to the point where, you know, you can really get that deep, strong emotional bond where she really feels that you get her better than anyone else out there and that you can understand her better than anyone else out there. And of course, she's going to want to, you know, get back together with you and spend more time with you and stuff like that when you can have that kind of connection. And you can do that via text message. You can do it over the phone, in person, of course, any medium out there possible. But that is absolutely critically important, more so than any text message that you can send, okay? So definitely work on those advanced relational skills, and if you'd like help to develop that, please head on over to relationshipinnergame.com. You can go ahead and click in the link down in the description. It'll take you over there, or just type it into your browser. And there you can go ahead and sign up for our newsletter. We'll share with you tips and advice, etc., on how to make these changes and you know, really get those advanced relational skills down so that you can get back together with your ex-girlfriend. So I hope this helped you out, and I'll see you over at Relationship Inner Game.